What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super, and ooh, this episode was fucking amazing. Oh my god. Vegeta. This is why you're my favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. But, before we begin, some stuff happened on Toonami tonight, or yesterday, or I guess last night, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. That I'm doing something now, of course. Sorry about that on my phone. First off, I actually just finished watching the first episode of Goblins here because I heard so much controversy around that show and I was already going to plan on watching it. I watched it. Whew, man. I'll go into a little more detail in my Attack on Titan review. So if you want to know more about my thoughts on the whole Goblin Slayer controversy and everything about that, check out my Attack on Titan review and it drops later on tonight. Anyway, so let me get to tonight. Now, today was actually the last episode of Fooly Cooly Alternative. And I gotta say, I love Fooly Cooly Alternative. It was so damn good. Way better than Progressive. No, not to say Progressive was bad. It wasn't. I really did enjoy it. That was most, but I won't lie, that was mostly on the strength of Hanako. I'm just saying. Most, like I said before, and then my when I said top out when the first episode of Fooly Cooly Alternative dropped, I just didn't really care about any of the characters in Alternative, or Progressive, I should say, that wasn't Hanako. None of them really I could gravitate because they all felt dead inside, you know? I think that was kind of the point with everything in Progressive, how the characters weren't how the whole show was. I think that was all the point. But with Alternative, like I said there, I loved all the characters there. The episode, and I can definitely say that the message, what Alternative was trying to say, was without a doubt probably like the easiest to grasp since the original Fooly Cooly. Of course, you know, the usual stuff about, you know, puberty, but I liked how this is all about maturity. Like, you know, in the last episode, our protagonist, I forget her name, was like saying, like, you know, when she worked at her sopa shop, she's like, the dude says, I ordered cold noodles, but he's like, no, you get this. Usually he's like, today I feel like cold noodles. He's like, and she's like, I want to keep everything the same. I don't want things to change. And she said that throughout a little bit more throughout the episode about her not wanting stuff to change. Even though the world's kind of ending right now, she doesn't want things to change. She wants to keep everything the same. She wants to stay with her friends, never grow up. She just wants to stay 17. Well, I could low-key kind of relate because now that I'm in college, I low-key wish I was still in my senior year of high school. Man, it was so much easier back then. And it was a lot better, you know, with balancing my YouTube channel with my college, with my workload, because I didn't have much homework back in high school, but in college, different story. So yeah, I love the last episode of Fooly Cooly Alternative. I could definitely say it is a good alternative see what I did there? To the original series. This is definitely the best since the original. I think I still like the original Fooly Cooly a little bit more just because of how balls to the walls and sanity it was, with like the art and animation especially. There was a little bit more fights in it. But Alternative really did a good job of getting the characters, having a message that I could actually understand, and that was definitely easy to grasp. Because with Progressive, I felt like you had to dig for it, even when you did find it. Like, I saw this one video that was kind of like explaining it, and I was like, what? Is that seriously what, you know, a studio parody with a production IG was going for with Progressive? I don't know, but yeah. Really dig the message, could very much relate to it, love the characters. Hanako was amazing. So one problem I did have is that they don't expand on Hanako's backstory at all. Just because they introduce this character. This dude that knows Hanako from the past. They have a bit of history together, but they never elaborate on, like, you know, when did they first meet? What was Hanako like that? They never explain anything of that. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of explains since Fooly Cooly isn't really much when it comes to, like, actual explaining its characters that often. It's more just about the message, not so much the actual, you know, universe. Like, explain, like, who or what Hanako actually is. So I guess there's that, but I still wish they would have, like, at least expanded a little bit on it. But what now? So one last thing I got to talk about Boruto because, oh my god, the Boruto pissed me off today. Oh, the Boruto pissed me off. Okay. You guys probably all know about Boruto and how he's always bitching and moaning about how Naruto's never there, right? Well, here's one of those examples. Oh my fucking god, does this kid piss me off. Mostly due to the fact how much I just know what Naruto went through. Okay, so in this week's episode of Boruto, don't worry, this isn't a review. I just got topics real quick, because this legit kind of pissed me off. Boruto comes home from school. Long day. Boruto actually had to use his brain for once. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, and then Hinata's like, what? Just today? She's like, oh no, we just had a lot of work to do. She makes it. Later on, Naruto shows up. tired as hell. Because, he's the fucking Hokage. He has a lot of work to do. As he said, he finally finished an all-nighter. He actually came home a little bit early today. And then, Hinata's like, oh, you're back, Naruto. And he's like, oh, do you want any dinner? He's like, nah, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Because, a boy's tired. Because he's the fucking Hokage. But this motherfucker Boruto has the gall to say he's not even gonna eat the dinner mom make. Tuh. Damn, old man. I'm like, motherfucker, you should be lucky you have a fucking day. Oh my fucking god. That pissed me off, because we all know Naruto's backstory. We know how he was treated in the village, hidden in the leaves when Naruto first began. We know what he went through. We know his parents were dead from the start. And you motherfucker have the gall to say that? You don't even have the you didn't even say it to his face? Motherfucker. Fuck you, Boruto. Fuck off. Sorry? That just really pissed me off, because motherfucker, what right do you have to say on dissing Naruto when you should be lucky you even have a dad when he didn't? His parents were dead protecting him from the Nine-Tails Beast. I swear. Anyway, let's get to Dragon Ball Super, because this episode was amazing. So we start this off. We start off with the bitchiest of bitches, Chi-Chi. Yay. She's carrying some food. Goku and the crew show up, and they're like, I won't lie, that's some damn good looking food. If there's one thing we can all agree that Shoei excels at, it's making some damn good looking food. Cause oh my god, this Toei do an amazing job. They're the only anime studio out there that could that rivals studio that rivals Toei is JC Staff with Food Wars. Those are like the top two anime series when it comes to like anime food. They make food look so good at advertising. It almost made. And once we watched the episode, it made me kind of hungry. Anyway, so she explains how Vegeta, when she heard the news about Bulma being pregnant, she rushed over here, made a shit ton of food, but it seems that it's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take longer than actually is for the baby to be delivered. So she kind of just has this food design run, which of course, Beerus and the crew take this food and is going to have an almighty feast. Because this could be like their last supper. Because the universe might get destroyed, but it won't, because we know Dragon Ball, because it takes place during the time you're talking, and we know Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama doesn't have the balls to kill off the 7 universe. Anyway, so. Everyone, then we get back to our boy Vegeta. Oh my god. Like I mentioned before, this was Vegeta's episode. I loved my man Vegeta. So we got Bulma and King Emperor Pilaf and his guys, in Vegeta's training room. Yes, Vegeta is letting Bulma use his training room. I don't know till I do like these little exercises while they say like like doing like some nursery rhymes. I guess help the baby come out faster. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not that experienced on Japanese culture, so I don't even know what the hell they're doing at this point. But they're like, just doing this like little dance, and then she like follows them and like, hey Vegeta, sorry we're using your training room like this. I'm like, but I have to ask, why are they using his training? I mean, sure it's big, but you guys are just on like some balls. Could you find like another room that was nowhere as big? I'm just saying, why'd you need to use Vegeta's training room particularly? It's not like you're using most of the space anyway. Was there not another room that you could have used instead? I'm not gonna say if it was Vegeta actually that let him use it, then okay, fair enough if that was Vegeta, but if it was Bulma asked, I don't know. Anyway, so she apologized like, hey Vegeta, sorry for using your training room like this. And says like, yeah, you should be. Thanks to you, I'm getting downright flabby here. Oh, should she be moving like that? I love when she talks to herself like, yo, should she move? Should she be moving like that? And then Kid Truck's asking like, you're worried about Mom, aren't you? He says, yeah. He's like, Jack! I swear, Vegeta is like a borderline male tsundere, and I love it. See, this is a tsundere done right. Unlike the chick in Black Clover, who I want to strangle. I love my Vegeta's like trying to act cool, like he doesn't give a shit. When we can all tell that Vegeta clearly loves Bulma and does care about her well-being, and does care about wanting to see the baby, even though he acts like he doesn't. I love Vegeta. And so he ends up leaving after like Goten starts asking him some questions. And it's like they're like, hey, where you going, Vegeta? It's like, to train. somewhere nearby. I love Vegeta. I love Vegeta's episode. This is why he's my favorite character development. Character development he's gone throughout Super and Z is just astonishing. Anyway, so then, you know, the Trunks tries to get in there, but he says, no, you guys should be fixing the crib anyway. And Vegeta's like, I should think of a name, one that's befitting of Saiyan royalty. And so then we get back to Chi-Chi, where she points to Gohan's gi, and she's like, what are you wearing? She's like, Videl says I should hang out more with Dad. She's like, and Steph, you know, like, oh, cool, I'm glad you're hanging out with your father, you know, father-son bonding. She's like, with her arms crossed, looking pissed. Motherfucking bitch, you cannot be happy for Gohan they finally getting his ass in the gym? You got bitch him like, oh, you should be studying, you should be doing this, that, now. I swear to God, I hate Chi-Chi. Like, can she just like, let Gohan, like, be a fighter for once, instead she always has to bitch and moan and, like, look down on this, like, Gohan, you're fighting again? Like, oh, God, I fucking hate Chi-Chi. I don't know what the hell Gohan sees in this bitch, but whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, we get back to Supreme Kai as Beerus is shoving his face full of food. We find that Gohan asked, you know, Supreme Kai, like, you know, how many inhabited worlds are there in the 7th universe? And he said that there is a total of 28. Because, of course, no, I numbered so those because, of course, of Frieza, because, you know, Namek is gone, or at least old Namek, planet Vegeta is gone, some other planet that also got destroyed. These are all planets that were, of course, destroyed by Frieza. So, that probably does explain, I think this is probably like a better explanation why the 7th universe is probably the second from the bottom, and also we find out that the Supreme Kai is kind of bad at his job, where he says he doesn't even know outside of Earth how strong any of the other fighters are on the rest of the Universe 7, which is probably the reason why they're second from the bottom, is because we literally have not seen any other planet in Dragon Ball Z or Super, but in the 7th universe besides Namek. That's the only one we see. We haven't seen any of the other planets that survive the world, so that probably is another reason why it is indeed so low. If we did know, we probably had a little bit better knowledge. Like say probably like Champa and, you know, Vados have way better knowledge of what goes on in the 6th universe. Of course, you know, since, you know, Namek is still there, Planet Vegeta is still there. That's probably why they're stronger. You know, that's why their, you know, mortal levels are higher. It's kind of like. So it now kind of makes a little bit more sense on why the 7th universe is lower for the 6th. I still say the 7th universe should be a little higher than the 6th, just because of Vegeta and Goku, just because of Goku and Vegeta's power levels. But now I can kind of understand a little more. It's kind of like the Cavs versus the Warriors, where LeBron is pretty much carrying the team, while the Warriors have so many people on their team that's laughable how many good players they got. But we're in here talking about basketball. My head for the Warriors. Anyway, so you know, so they end up saying, like, you know, so they end up not deciding to go look for the other look through any of the other planets. We're just gonna keep it on Earth, which means it probably gives them an excuse to just bring back the Z Fighters and all the guys we already know, instead of, like, you know, taking the time to introduce new characters and new designs and maybe, you know, expanding the lore of Dragon Ball. No, but just keep everything to the 7th guys that we all know and love, you know. Forget it. And so of course they end up thinking of the team, you know, Krillin, Master Roshi, of course Tien. Then we got Yamcha. The man thinks he's the shit. I mean, Yamcha, I know you had your baseball episode where you were the MVP. We can't deny that. Let's be honest, Yamcha was the MVP of that episode, and it was so fucking funny. But yet Yamcha thinks he's the shit, like he actually has a chance. Like, we picked Master Roshi over you, dude. You know you trash. And that's they try asking Vegeta, like, hey Vegeta, we need you to join the Tournament of Power. It's gonna be here in a couple days. He's like, oh sorry, I can't, because I want to be here for the birth of my child, and because Bulma said I have to. And so And then he also like, plus, aren't you glad that I'm not coming so you can hog all the glory to yourself and not have to share the spotlight with me? And so yeah, so then Whis is like, I got you, Vegeta, I got you, and goes over to Bulma, casts some spell, and then actually just BAM! Brawl comes out there and it's in Bulma's hands, and you know, she's born. Just like that, no having to go and learn, no hearing what Bulma actually thinks of Vegeta while she's in the middle of labor. Although I wish that happened because that would have been so entertaining to listen to. Just listen to Bulma just screaming about what she really thinks of Vegeta, Goku, Trunks. That would be entertaining to listen to. Anyway, so of course, you know, everyone starts to own the baby, and Vegeta's just kind of sitting in the corner, just kind of looking like he doesn't care, but you can obviously tell him. It was so fun. Throughout the whole episode, or when Vegeta was on screen, I had that smug smile on my face that SpongeBob had from that episode SpongeBob, you know when Squidward finds out, or SpongeBob finds out Squidward likes Krabby Patties, you know the you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? You know that scene? That was me throughout this whole episode. I just had that smile face, be like, you care, Vegeta, don't you? It was like, and then whenever the baby would cry, Vegeta would go Super Saiyan Blue. It was like, I found that hilarious. And then, so we got Mr. Saiyan, he tries himself, makes Brawl cry, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue. Then Yamcha holds me, I'm like, oh no. Oh no! Because as we know, Yamcha is Bulma's ex. I don't think he should be coming in here so casually like that. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Anyway, so he does this stuff, the baby obviously cries because he's like, get away from me! And once again, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue. Oh my god, that was hilarious. And then, you know, Trunks, then, you know, Bulma's parents have a try, you know, Chi-Chi, and then, you know, and then Trunks kind of comes in there after he finishes up the crib, and he's just, and of course, Trunks is kind of uncertain how to hold this thing. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he brings her over, and then Trunks brings it over to Vegeta. Oh my god, was it so sweet and awesome. And then he's like, hey, Dad, Mom says you should hold her. And he's like, check. You're holding it wrong! And grabs Bra. Oh my god, that was so fucking hilarious. The amount of character development Vegeta's had is amazing. Props to Toei and Akira Toriyama for that. That was amazing. And so I say Vegeta's trying to say what he thinks of, like, he wants to have a natural Saiyan name, because, you know, he's the principal Saiyan. Of course he wants his daughter to have a Saiyan name. But they end up you know, focusing on Bulma, which is of course what the dub changed it to, because, and I actually went back and watched Geekdom's review of this episode just because I was like, wait, Bulma? I thought it was Bra. So I went back, and yes, it is indeed, at least in the traditional, like, you know, the sub, it is indeed Bra, but the dub changed it to Bulma because, you know, censorship, because, you know, 90s, you know, kids cartoon, you can't really name a character after shit that holds tit, you know. So of course they changed it to Bulma, which is pretty similar to Bulma. So yeah, me personally, I'm probably gonna sit there calling her Bra, although you may hear me switch to Bulma on the occasion. I'm just telling you guys right now. So yeah, so that was indeed a dub change, and they probably just kept it in here just for consistency's sake. So yeah, and then Vegeta's trying to say, like, you know, he wants her to have a traditional Saiyan name, but he never gets to say what the actual Saiyan name was. He never gets to say what it actually was. I'm curious what he has. It's probably like another vegetable ton, you know, Kakarot or Kakaroto if you want to get traditional subtitles, which, you know, carrot, Vegeta, vegetable, who else? Bardock, I think that's broccoli. That's it. That's all I got for food references. And there's probably some other characters you could probably think of that also have food puns as well. And okay, so let's get to the big chunk of the episode that actually a lot of people were talking about. The like image battle that was going through Goku and Gohan's head of, like, you know, Krillin facing off against Basil, I think it was. I forget which one, but Gohan has, like, you know, this image trade going on, saying of what, you know, kind of like the simulation going on, saying like how a Krillin fare excuse me, how will Krillin fare against the Ninth Universe? And Krillin ends up losing, and Gohan's like, I don't know, we should bring back Krillin for this. He's like, and Goku tells like, oh no, he's been back to train. He even got a new move, and he's like, ooh, a new move. And then for some reason, Gohan is back to rocking those fucking glasses. I swear, why the fuck is he wearing them? You're saying you don't need them, and they look so awful too. Especially with the gi, it just, ugh. With this, when he wears his traditional suit, it looks a little bit better, but when he's just wearing it by itself with the gi, ugh. Gohan, you have no fashion sense, my dude. Anyway, so they figure out that Krillin's coming in there, Tien, Master Roshi, all that stuff, which I'm definitely curious on how Master Roshi is going to fare. Because if you guys remember in the manga, he went toe-to-toe with Jiren and held his own against him. I still can't believe that happened. Master Roshi went up against... I swear if the anime happens, I feel like the exact opposite's going to happen. Which we also find out in the tournament power, they end up thinking like, okay, let us use, sensu beans. Let me go grab some sensu beans. And they're like, oh no, you can't. Or at least, I think they said they don't know if it's whether or not it goes against the rules, because they said it could be a weapon, which we know it's not. It's more like, it's like, an advantage that they have that the rest of the universes do not have. So hence why they're probably not going to be able to use sensu bean, which I'm a little just curious about that, because, okay, as we all know, the rest of this arc is the Tournament of Power. It spans for about 40 some odd episodes, I want to say 30 some odd episodes. You're telling me Goku and the crew are just going off their initial strength for 30 plus. Now granted, I don't know how long the tournament actually is. For all I know, the whole tournament for those 40 some odd episodes is just like an hour long. For all I know, and it's just stretched to 40 episodes. We've seen Toei done this in the past, like, of course, Namek blowing up in 12 episodes, but at the same time, like, really, Goku is just going off his ninja straight. So you're telling me he's going Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instincts multiple times, Mastered Ultra Instincts, and just one go without having to recharge? Now, granted, maybe they do bring back Sensu Beans, and I could just be like, not knowing, but I feel like something has to be going on here if Goku can use his forms that many times, especially use Ultra Instinct so many times, and he's just fine. I feel like they're probably going to end up using Sensu Beans in the end anyway. If I do, unless Goku just has so much of a reserve in him, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the episode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it. Of course, they end with, like, the tournament. We also find out that they do also say, like, let's bring back 17, let's bring back 18, which I've heard there's actually going to be a lot with 17, like, he is, like, the MVP of this arc. So I'm definitely curious to see how 17 is, because we haven't seen him since the Android Saga, minus a little cameo we had at the end of the Boo Saga. So that's going to be interesting to see. So overall, I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel good. Links in the box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.